Why are Democrats so obsessed with diversity? We have some of them complaining about Donald Trump's new cabinet picks, saying that his cabinet that he has chosen lacks in diversity. Now, I can tell you that as a person of color who is also a woman, I do not care about the lack of diversity in Donald Trump's cabinet, and nobody else should either. The only thing that any of us should care about is whether or not the people he has selected for these different offices can handle the job. That's the only thing that matters. I don't want him to choose a black person just because that person is black. I don't want him to choose a woman just because that person is a woman. Because when you do that, you're saying that black people and women are incapable of getting things on our own. Saying that we're unable to make it in life, that we can't get to the top unless we have something handed to us. See, I don't want to get a job over a white person just because I was born black and that person was born white. I don't want something over somebody else that I did not earn, because I feel that I am just as competent and capable as anybody else. I don't think that I deserve something over anybody else due to their race and due to their gender.
This lady is right. I saw a lot of people say when you look through Trump new pics, you will not see a black person. You will not see this. It is crazy. Big people who should know they are competent. I don't care about their skin color. Now going to something else, MMBC spewing this every day. Now they are begging Trump to forgive them. Can you imagine this? After spending years calling him names, the last one, Hitler, it went viral. MMBC is in flames. Their ratings are tanking, so to protect this, yes, something recently happened after spending years calling Trump's names, calling him Hitler. Now, Joe and Mika went to Mar-a-Lago to talk with Trump over the weekend. First to face meeting in 7 years. We didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so. They are receiving backlash on both sides. Liberals are saying, oh, we cannot trust you again. Conservatives are saying, is it a new turn? You can clearly see the direction to protect their show.
I see myself as equivalent to everybody. When you talk about diversity and giving people something just because they're born black or just because they're born female, why do you need to do that? And I wonder, how does that help a black person to give them something that they're not qualified for? How did that help Kamala Harris? Because Joe Biden said when he was running back in 2020, he said for his vice presidential pick, he wanted somebody who was a person of color and who was also a woman. Those are low standards. And the sad thing is that there are so many Democrats with such low standards. See, it doesn't make me feel better to see someone in a position of power who shares my skin tone. What makes me feel better, knowing that the person who is in that position of power is qualified to be there. That's what gives me hope, because that lets me know that, hey, even if I don't have those qualifications, if I gain those qualifications, I can get there too. I don't need something just because I'm black. I don't need something because I'm a woman. I don't need something handed to me because somebody else who says that they're for DEI and equity and inclusion and fairness. You really think that black people and people of color are not able to do things on our own. You really think that we don't have the same competence and that we don't have the same intelligence as our white counterparts. It is my belief that these people are not really for diversity and equity and inclusion and fairness, affirmative action, and all this other stuff that they're saying. They really think that black people are handicapped. They really think that people of color cannot get things on our own. They really think so low of us that they think that unless we are handed something based strictly on our skin tone, then we're not able to accomplish.
Yes, over the few days, this is the third video. I'm reacting to this lady, and the direction she is going is amazing. I can't lie. When I see you doing something that I look deep and see your direction, I appreciate. I'll be sharing her handle on my comment sections on the description every time so you can check her up. what she's putting out here is very important because a lot of people get this mix up. I don't want to look into who Trump is picking. If he's picking someone he knows that is competent and is loyal to him, amazing. I don't want the repetition to what happened to him 2016. We saw everything. He is suffering today as a consequence of the wrong choices he made. If he is able to pick up good people, then I'm fine. Now going into MMBC, these people are out of control.
And then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them.
Over the past week, Joe and I have heard from so many people, from political leaders to regular citizens, deeply dismayed by several of President-elect Trump's cabinet selections, and they are scared. Last Thursday, we expressed our own concerns on this broadcast and even said we would appreciate the opportunity to speak with the president-elect himself. On Friday, we were given the opportunity to do just that. Joe and I went to Mar-a-Lago to meet personally with President-elect Trump. It was the first time we have seen him in 7 years.
Now, we talked about a lot of issues, including abortion, mass deportation, threats of political retribution against political opponents, and media outlets. We talked about that a good bit. And it's going to come as no surprise to anybody who watches this show, has watched it over the past year or over the past decade, that we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of issues, and we told him so.
What we did agree on was to restart communications. My father often spoke with world leaders with whom he and the United States profoundly disagreed. That's a task shared by reporters and commentators alike. We had not spoken to President Trump since March of 2020.
They are acknowledging that they have not spoken to him in a long time. Now he is president. You can see their direction. Then imagine if Trump was not president. It therefore means they will never speak good of him. That tells you a lot about these people. Can you trust them? A lot of people will never turn back to them. It tells a lot. When I see loyal people, no matter your political directions, we know who you are. Be a journalist. Don't be an activist. These people have been doing that throughout. Activists for the Democrat Party. I watched this guy on Bima the other time where Bima actually faced him up. Like, why are you people doing this? Be real. Though I understand the direction Bima is, but he actually told this guy some things into his brain. Be able to be on both sides, report the truth, choose your side. But what they have been doing solely on one direction, totally insane. Now, because of their ratings, they are trashing everywhere. They are struggling to bounce back. I really want to see, I'll be observing to see the progress they are making.
Especially the conservatives, quite frankly, are much more tolerant of people they don't like. It's the liberals who are purists, especially the ones in this town. They're the ones who, like, if you don't agree with me 1,000,000%, I don't even want to know you. That's one of the reasons they lost. They have a bad attitude.
And I don't know why the Democrats lost. I don't understand why the Democrats lost.
Well, people will be writing books about it for years, many reasons. Part of it was, Biden should not have stayed on so long.
That I understand. But inflation, prices have come down, the economy is good. I don't know why they voted against.
Yes, welcome back. I came across this clip recently. Bima sat down with this woke actor. They can't figure out how and what actually happened that Kamala didn't win.
What I'm asking is, you know that if Trump had lost this election, right now, we would be talking about the votes that are still coming in Pennsylvania and Wisconsin, and he'd be in the courts, and we would just be all in a tizzy.
Wait, hold on. Currently, Bob Casey, Democratic senator in Pennsylvania, is doing exactly what you're saying, where he's looking for all these votes and trying to, and the Bucks County commissioners are saying, we need fake ones. We need to get all the ones that are unregistered.
No, they're just counting them.
I don't know if Big Maher is aware of what is happening on social media. Democrat doing things that is even worse than that. And in Pennsylvania, they are now saying they have to count illegal ballot. I don't even want to talk about that. This lady actually made it clear. So Biba should just understand Democrat do the same thing.
But there's one theory that a lot of people seem to be coalescing around.
They were too woke.
Insisting that people use the term Latinx.
You have to say they. No, you have to do this.
Stop with the virtue signaling.
Step away from woke. Focus less on who is woke and more on who is broke.
I'd never seen that.
I saw so many liberals getting super excited every time Kamala had a new celebrity endorsement. But we all know for a fact that these celebrity endorsements are not free.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Now
it's time to unite everybody.
I want you to know what would change after doing this.
Comes out against Trump.
I don't care if they write that.
So, with that, I'm going to shake it off.
Figure out a way to say thank you.
That guy's name, he's such an absolute prick. I can't stand him. But anyway,
Hey there. Not doing great.
Terrible night last night. It was a terrible night.
What will the rest of us be doing on day one?
Bishop Vigano, he says that the...
I'm sure. I also want to say the Holtzman family should apologize.
Place that made these refused to make them for me.